Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I know you can see behind me like where are my Switch games? Well, they're all right here. I'm actually kind of trying to prepare to do a collections video for y'all. So I had to get them all out there, put them all in alphabetical order, and I'm just gonna do the regular cartridge Switch games for right now. Then I'll do a separate video for all of the limited editions because I don't have enough space on this table for everything. So y'all can all look forward to that. But this video is another community spotlight. So I have some games here that were suggested by you, and I have tried out some of them, not all, and some of them I already had and have played. So I can just give my opinions on for them. First game, I am trying to actually remember. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel. Help me to keep growing. If you like this kind of content, you want to suggest some games that maybe I have them in my collection, get my opinion on them. Even if it's something new, if it's something affordable, I might be able to try to add it to my collection and give it a shot and give my opinion that way, if that is something y'all are interested in. But thank you to all of you who have subscribed, to all the viewers. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. And I know I say it every single time, but I don't want to stop saying it because it truly means a lot more than you can ever possibly know. And so, with that out of the way, now we're going to get into the video. First one, I have the names for everyone that suggested these games, so I can actually thank you by name. So, first one we have right here is Danganronpa Decadence. This was actually suggested by Acropriest, and I unfortunately have not been able to put this in and play it yet. I keep putting it up there next to the Switch to pop in and to play, but I get distracted with the other games I'm playing and I forget, and then it's like, I completely forgot to do this. So I promise I will get around to this game. Probably like within the next day or two, because this is like something that I am not going to put it back down here with all the rest of the games until I try it. So I don't know much about the Danganronpa games. From what I've seen from some of the gameplay, like from the trailers, it looks almost like a murder type mystery thing. It says survival. I think it's based. I think there's a manga or maybe an anime. I don't know about it. He just said that it's crazy and over the top, and he just thinks that I will like it. This is actually, I want to say it was like 4 games. Yeah, it says right here in the back, 4 games in one. And so I guess I have my pick. And I do know that one of the games that is in here is actually getting a remake on the Switch 2. It's Danganronpa 2x2 is that I believe is the name for it. So it's this for Danganronpa 2 on here, but then it has an additional story or content. So I guess if I try this and I like it, maybe I'll get the 2x2 when it comes out for the Switch 2. I don't have that many Switch 2 games actually at present. Next game we actually have is Disgaea 1 Complete. And this was suggested by, I want to make sure I get their name right, Mike JMG9. And you know, excuse me, but I have actually played a few of the Disgaea games, and the very first one that I actually played for myself was Disgaea 2. I remember walking by The Electronics Boutique. Yes, there was a store called that back in the day. And they just had a TV that was there on the wall and was playing that opening sequence for Disgaea 2. And while I was watching that, I was just completely mesmerized by it. And I was like, I do not know what game this is, but I have to have it and I have to play it. So I picked that up and played it, loved it. And so then I went back and I played Disgaea 1 for I am brain farting, so I can't remember which system it was actually originally out on. But I played that as well, and that one actually, uh, I was stupid back in the day and traded in some games to get store credit to try to get other games, which I greatly regret as I'm going back and trying to rebuy all those games again. But I have played this on a Switch, and it is just like I remember. It runs great on the Switch. It's the Switch has that feature of being able to just play in the handheld mode, so you can take it on the go, which works great for the Sky games. And if you are just a fan of this art style and being able to do ridiculous amounts of damage and combos and everything, you love the Disgaea games. Just gonna go ahead and say that out there. And it's a great. I have 1, 5, 6, and 7 for the Switch. I don't think they've came out with the others. I could be wrong. I might have to look that up when I finish this video. But moving on to the next game is Kalipsi, suggested for this game for the Trails in the Sky, the first chapter. I am currently playing through this. I am in chapter 1, about 12 hours into the game. I hadn't played any of the real Trails games before, and was instantly a fan. I am loving everything about this game. The I didn't think that I would, because at the very beginning it just kept throwing out all these terms, and I felt like I was going to be overwhelmed. But I'll go ahead and tell you now. Once you go through and you're going through like the tutorials and everything, you will not be overwhelmed. Once you get into the habit of moving all the controls for doing all the combat, everything, it kind of becomes second nature. Yeah, occasionally I do make that mistake where I push the wrong button, but it seamlessly blends just doing like the action role playing of actual pushing the button to attack. And then wherever you see that the enemy is stunned, you can switch it to a turn base to get off extra attacks, so you can get extra damage. You get extra bonuses if you go through a fight without taking any damage, how quickly you finish the fight. There's all these different little rewards. I am going to be doing a review on this game once, so I don't really want to get into too much of it right here, but it is an amazing game. If you haven't played it, I highly recommend that you pick it up and do so for whatever system, not even just for the Switch. Yes, I know I stick mainly to Switch because it's the only modern console I have, but I'm just saying this game is that good that I feel like I should suggest it for whatever console it is that you happen to have available to be able to pick up this game. Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Next, we have, I gotta pick this up, was suggested by Shivari64. I am sorry if I mispronounce any of y'all's names. This is just how I wrote it down. This is how but they were suggested for the Xenoblade series. As you can see, I like Xenoblade since I have a collector's edition for it. But I have only played the first one. I do have 2, the for Torna, 3, and Xenoblade Chronicles X. but I have not been able to play them because I did not beat the first Xenoblade, and I want to be able to do that before I move on to the others. But I just haven't been able to go back to play it. I just don't have enough time. There are way too many great games out there to take up the limited amount of time I have to play for games to be able to go back and devote. And I mean, those are going to be time sinks. And so I've just been kind of pushing it off, pushing it off. I hope to eventually get back around to playing it, beating it, moving on to the next ones. Because from what I remember from the first game, it was an amazing game. I loved it. The cooldown system and everything for your abilities, it wasn't difficult. I love the fact that whenever it is you got new armor and weapons and everything, how it actually changes up how your character looks. Every weapon was different. Every armor set that you could mix and match them to whatever preference that you wanted, because it was mainly, rather than affecting like your stats for what your character was, it mainly you could just change it so that you could have the aesthetics and the looks for your character, which was I thought that was really great and a really cool idea. Next one we actually have suggested by Numa720 was for the Ori games. I had not played any of the Ori games. I had heard of them, I had seen them, I just hadn't played them. But I actually picked this up, and I've been playing the first one, which is Ori and the Blind Forest, and it actually really reminds me a lot of for Hollow Knight, but in actuality, it's like Hollow Knight Light, because it seems it's a lot more easy to me than Hollow Knight was. I mean, it's still kind of somewhat difficult. I've died a couple of times, but it's great that you have a map from the very beginning, so you don't have to really worry about getting lost. You can look to see where it is that you want to go and kind of pace it out in your mind about where you need to go, what you need to do, and you're like, oh, wait, I think I took a wrong turn. Stop, pull up your map. Yep, I took a wrong turn. You need to go back here to this room and go down here to this. So, I mean, it's really great in that aspect. The fact that as you're killing monsters, you kind of get, it's almost like experience points. And then whenever you fill up your little bar, you can actually get it to learn abilities to strengthen Ori. And the story, I will go ahead and say, was not what I was expecting it. The very first few minutes inside that I just don't know if it's an opening movie or what you want to say, but like right there in those first few minutes, it was like, I don't want to spoil the story, but it was a gut punch, and yeah, I can't and don't want to say anymore. So if you just experience it yourself, but I'm having a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to being able to actually go through and to beat this game, unlike for Hollow Knight. So, next one we have was actually suggested by a coworker. I did not get his permission to say his name, so I will refrain from saying that. But we have here Revenant Saga and Revenant Dogma. This is a combo pack. And so for these games, I have, as you can see, it's still in the wrapper. I have not been able to play it, but I had it in my collection to be able to play. And from what I can remember from reading for the story, was you get experimented on to become a revenant, and so your objective is to go through and to find this doctor to seek your revenge on him for turning you into this. It had aspects for it's turn-based combat, which I love. The graphical style of it looked really interesting. It really reminded me a lot of kind of like the earlier days in for RPGs, and it is on my backlog to play, and it just looked really good. And this is actually just, it looked like a really good game. I think I will really enjoy playing it. I hope to be able to get around to it soon. I just don't know when. It, like everything, if you're an RPG fan, the ever increasing backlog is your biggest enemy. And the last game that we actually have on this list is Astral Chain. And this was actually suggested by Switch Addiction, which I will actually link his YouTube page down below in the comments. If you're watching this video and you have the chance to go check out his page, subscribe to his channel. He is over 800 subscribers. Maybe with the little reach that I have, we might be able to give him that push and make him to go over 1,000. I would greatly appreciate that for all of y'all if you could do that. But I've actually popped it in, started playing it. The story seems really interesting. It's like humanity's on the verge of extinction. You have these chimeras that come out of these gate rifts from another dimension, and you have these, I can't remember what they call them right now, but it's there as a member of the police force, and your objective is to go through and to fight against them. Combat is it's an action role playing, but you have to kind of think tactically because your little soldier that you have that fights with you, you can't keep them out there to fight with you for too long. You have to actually recall them and then kind of fight on your own for a little bit and let the cooldown go. Then you can resummon them, and you can, depending upon what you're fighting, you can have like either a gun to shoot at them from range or a baton to hit melee, dodge. Everything seems to be like their little challenges, so they give you like little scores for different things, for items that you found, how you performed during your little missions whenever it saves, and it seems really interesting. I'm actually really looking forward to finishing this up and just seeing where the story takes me. Like I said, I didn't play it for very long, just kind of got started into it. And the fact that I got to kind of create my character the way that I wanted to is always a bonus to me. So you can just always customize them, and no two playthroughs can technically be like the same because you can just change it up however it is that you want. And this just looks like something very special, and I have a feeling, just based on my limited experience with it, that it is a game that I will probably really enjoy playing. And so that's all these games for this community spotlight. If you have some games that maybe you've played or are playing and you think I might enjoy, go ahead, suggest them. I might try them out, pick them up, as long as they're within reasonable pricing and everything. So, with that out of the way, I hope you all like this video. Keep suggesting and comment down below what's some games that you are playing that maybe we should all check out. And I'll see you all next time.